He's not here.
Ridiculous.
This team's turn to ban.
Oh,
All right,
there's the sound.
again, I didn't really announce it, but it's Heavenly Knights versus NTG's team Innocuous.
Turn to ban.
This is their second week
Turn to ban.
playing in the league. They filled, honestly, I don't even remember which spot they filled, but they're holding strong.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with them.
Now, you were particularly critical of people banning on the blue side people like Ignis, Crixie, Lindis.
Yeah, the only reason why they probably would ban that is because it's probably not their primary people to ban. But I mean, primary people to pick, or either that their players can't play those heroes.
Yeah, well.
So, and there's that Nacroth. So, and the funny thing is that actually Sandman lost his main account. So, he's actually playing on his Smurf account. And, which kind of hurt him a little bit. So we'll see how this all goes.
Which one is that?
That's NTG San.
Okay. Oh yeah. You told me.
And then we also lost a member. He just up and left. And had to replace him, so that was a bit of a challenge in itself.
So Geo, I like Geo a lot. He's always on at weird hours of the night, which is when I play the game. And he always wants to group. I really like that dude. So
he's
pretty excited
player.
to see him in.
A really good player.
The HK guys are pretty solid too. So I think this will be a good test. Last week was kind of a weird grudge match, I think. Weren't they?
Yeah, a little bit. And I know that Vanguard wasn't at their full potential. They lost a number of players.
10 seconds remaining.
And I'm not going to name names and everything.
Well, this kind of coming to the end of the season, I think is going to be good for all the teams. It'll give everybody a chance to kind of do a little refresh and kind of get their heads back in the game and just play for fun for a few weeks. That's why we're doing the casual stuff for a little while. You know, kind of bring everything back to even. That way the stress is gone and you can just enjoy and kind of test new stuff without having to worry about, oh my God, got a league match in 3 days. I need to grind it out.
Right.
I think it's going to be good for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Geo actually just hit plat yesterday.
Oh yeah, nice.
So it was really awesome to see him hit plat, and everyone's improving on Innocuous. I haven't played with Ghost in a while, so I haven't been able to talk to him at all. So I don't think he'd totally tell me their plans or any of that type of stuff or what they're working on.
I saw well, you don't know, but I saw a post in one of the newer guilds Discords that everybody in gold is required to be platinum by X day. I'm that guy. Like I love that mentality, but I have not had a lot of luck in this game with that. Like as a guild leader, like I don't have time to run ATF anymore, to be honest. So I kind of like pass the reins to someone else, but I just don't I mean, how do you find that many people that are willing to dedicate to being at least above average? Like that's a pretty impressive goal.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the goal for my team, for Innocuous, is to be plat and above, for every single member to be plat and above. That's what I would like to have everyone done. The ultimate goal is diamond and above.
Yeah.
But that's a bit of a climb.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna expect them to fully hit that within a certain amount of time frame.
5 seconds.
But just remember, if you got jerked around on the Ozenkoskin, this is your only chance. So you better get your butt in gear and get to diamond.
Hey, I got the Ozenkoskin.
I am not impressed by anything that you're saying right. Looks like, yeah, they're walking right into him. This should be good. Mina leading the charge. Innocuous really, really well positioned for that. And you know, we don't get to see a lot of Talanis, Wonder Woman, Prada. I mean, these are, well, I mean, you see them a lot in matches, but you don't see them a lot in tournament play. So I'm interested to see how that rolls in. It may throw HK off just for lack of familiarity in these type matches.
Well, I personally like Talanis, and I have no problem taking Talanis into a tournament style of match like this, because I'll tell you what, Talanis, if she gets fed,
yeah,
that's like a death waiting to happen.
Wonder Woman in trouble. She does go down. First blood goes to Irie. And you think about those incremental gold bumps. I mean, stuff like first blood, that stuff makes a difference, especially in the early game.
Because even with that first blood, they're now about 500 gold ahead.
They're pushing hard. This Slims is done. There's your Talanis right there.
Yep.
That range.
There she is. And see, you have to use Talanis' range to your advantage.
Yeah, those nice, easy tower kills are always good to see.
Oh, here it comes. Gotta watch out for that Zill.
Yeah, that Zill's just waiting.
Yeah, he's waiting for that opportune moment.
They are able to push it out. Are they? Oh, HK is able to steal it, and they jump right in. That's not gonna play out well. That Zill's able to get right in there, take out the Prada. He's still got range, so he backs off. Liliana, kind of expected her to poke a little more, but she ends up backing out and just heading back mid. Zill just kind of seeing what they're doing. I think they're going to try to steal it, and
wow.
Liliana steals it anyway. It's a lot of looks like a lot of focus on rotation from the Innocuous guys, but Mina, man,
Mina got caught out there.
Yeah, other side of the team, or the other side of the board, HK is just looking for the gang.
Estros is doing some good damage over there.
Yeah, Liliana is in it. It's just like just one person running into three-man groups. Looks like it's happening to both sides. But HK with the Abyssal Dragon is a little bit up on gold, at least for now. Wonder Woman got a nice little push going, but I think she overextended, and she is not going to be able to get out of that. Yeah.
Yeah, she overextended there, and that's why she went down so easily. Sometimes you just need to clear the wave and then rotate. Don't over push.
But that's and I've said this before, but if you rotate back to last year's AWC and just see the way the teams, the Eastern teams play. Mina in bad shape, and Talanis, they both go down.
Wow.
But the Eastern teams really focus that they will ignore kills like it's just a problem for them, and just take objective, and all of a sudden they're so fed that you can't stop them.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch those matches. I roll back. I love watching the tournaments over there, and just seeing how they play versus how we play, because it's a completely different mentality.
Right.
Slim's getting some damage in is probably
he's not gonna go.
He's able to get away.
He was not gonna go down there, but the only thing is that it's I mean, right now what Innocuous is doing a little bit, they're being very aggressive, but needs to be a little bit more careful on their aggressiveness. What they're doing right here is they're just over rotating. There's way too much. There's a point to where you're rotating good, and there's a point where you're over rotating.
Yeah, you have to clear a certain section of the map before you move on, and if you just leave stuff behind, you're going to end up overextending, regardless of where you are, and someone's going to get ganked. You're going to get jumped. All you really want to do with rotations is keep vision on the other team, and try to make sure that you're ahead of their movement. Man,
That's a lot of damage coming out of both of those guys.
My Zill does not play like that. Wonder Woman trying to stop this Irie, but just not able to get it off. Is she? She is not going to be able to take her down.
And that's why you don't chase the kills.
Oh, but meanwhile, bottom, Mina, Talanis fighting to keep this tower alive. Slim's just throwing the damage out. Mina just essentially trying to create a space so Talanis can do her thing. But they were pushing hard. They're all over that
here they
tower.
come again. And Mina's going back to the base.
Oh, Talanis gets stunned, and that's going to be the end. Or, well, there's still time. Talanis, at this point, still alive.
I will tell you what. To be honest, I really don't like the pause.
Yeah.
In this thing, because the teams could use it as an advantage point. But
yeah, I think. Well, I don't think. I have made adjustments to the rules for that for season 2. I've totally not rewritten the rules. I have added a ton of rules that make sense to keep the games flowing. Talanis does go down. HK jumps right onto the Abyssal Dragon, and they're going to take it down, totally uncontested. Meanwhile, mid, Wonder Woman pushing the Irie back. The rest of Innocuous moves in, or the majority of them. Lumber trying to push them back a little bit and slow them down. He is able to break the momentum. Zill gets there just in time, and he's melting this Mina. She's just so underleveled at this point. I mean,
she hasn't even gotten her support item yet.
That's level 6 against a level 12 Zill. I mean, that's why she's going down so fast. She really needs to be trying to get a little bit more as far as wave. Yeah, Mina goes down. We've got Preda not going to be able to get out. Talanis goes down as well. That Zill is just absolutely crushing it right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steam is actually a very good jungler. I've seen a lot of really good plays coming out of him, and he's been doing an amazing job on that Zill right now.
But this Wonder Woman Irie thing is like a totally separate match in and of itself. Wonder Woman trying to keep this tower alive. Minions are done. and they do back out. They're just going to clear the red minions that are moving out. But top, Irie, wrecking shop. Second tower goes down to the Irie. We get some rotation after the fact, but mid is probably going to go down just because they were just right behind on the rotation there. Nakaroth gets stunned with what appears to be a 45-second stun from the Slims. Everybody hurting on Innocuous, and HK is just able to absolutely smoke pretty much the whole team. Liliana goes down to a tower, which is really good news. That Nakaroth has potential to take this Irie down, but you have to stop at that point and just stop the minions. Just stop the bleeding. And they've already got the Dark Slayer to about half life. That's going to give them a huge damage increase, and the dragon to tank. Innocuous is really going to have to turtle up and try to keep those high ground towers, because it's really going to be their only chance at this point.
The great dragon has been summoned
To be fighting by your side.
Dragons down at mid. Their minions are almost pushed to the middle on the side, so that's in their favor. Irie rotating top to do something about that. Pretty much the entire team of Innocuous is there just waiting for somebody to make a mistake. Wonder Woman jumps in just to try to get a little bit of damage out, ends up going down. Nakaroth is there. The Slims though, that dragon is almost dead, finally goes down, but they're hurting. Mina level 9 against some pretty high level characters at this point, and I just don't know. Yeah, Nakaroth is gonna get burnt. Yeah.
You just got obliterated right there.
You got 2 waves coming bot, so that tower is likely not gonna survive. You got 1 wave coming top, but you've got some backup from the red minions that should cover that. Looks like Innocuous is gonna be able to clear those minions on bottom. And see, now to me, it would be a prime opportunity. HK has time. They could have just as easily jumped on the dragon. They had time to take it down, even with the debuff. But maybe that's the aggressive NA player in me. Talanis goes down. Mina goes down. God. Just kill, kill, kill. HK's on a roll right now. The only survivor is the Nakaroth. And he's doing his best to keep these minions out, but it's just not going to be able to stop he does keep the tower up though. So props on that. He does make it out. So Godsley on the Nakaroth does survive, but he needs a lot of help from his teammates, and he's probably not going to be able to. Yeah, Talanis jumps in, but it's just a little bit too late, and the core goes down.
legendary.
Wow. Heavenly Knights came ready to play.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid statement, I would say. 23-6. Let's see. Slims did not do a lot of damage, but look at the Zill.
Zill did a lot.
Yeah.
Wow, 31.5%, 70,000. That's a lot of damage, especially within the time frame of it.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the other side. Preda with 30. I mean, that's huge chunks. And you've got to be able to spread that evenly. I can understand the Mina not having a ton of damage because that's not really her role. But that Nakaroth, I would have liked to have seen the Nakaroth with a substantial amount more. But he was in there. I mean, he was involved. He just he wasn't able to get the kills. So that is match number 1. Go ahead and just roll right into match number 2.
Thanks, you already have the lobby ready.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I put it in the group chat.
Look at you. He's on point. He wants to see his team compete.
Of course I do.
Oh, I guess I should probably get out of the way. Let me do that real quick.
Unless you're gonna play with Innocuous.
I'm a team player. We can do this.
Yeah, you are. You can do it. You got it.
HK is ready. Making some adjustments on Innocuous's order. And we'll probably roll right in to match number 2. Now, what do you expect going into this match?
Well, I was kind of expecting a comp that they were working on for a couple of days now. I'm kind of surprised they used the same style of comp that they used last week. And I guarantee you HK was ready for that style of comp. Which that style of comp was more of like the solo queue type of comp, like your regular style of comp, like in ranked. And HK came ready to play in the aspect of tournament style of comps.
Yeah.
And Innocuous prepared for HK, and they have a comp that they were ready to play. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't play it in this game. So.
Well, like I said, though, I mean, you can pick people like, who was it? I think it was Korea, going back to the AWC. They like they were playing Allegiance, I think, and somebody on Allegiance picked Natalia, just kind of holding it up, and then they switched, and then Korea picked Natalia Grok and absolutely wrecked shop. Like, it was brutal. That was before all the Natalia buffs. I mean, it was really interesting to see.
Right. I mean, I can't wait to see what these guys are ready to do. And it looks like they're all ready to rumble.
Yeah, let's do this.
This will be an interesting part where let's see what they're gonna ban. I am surprised with the Nakaroth. I mean the Cricknack.
There you go.
I still wouldn't have banned Yibbeneth, to be honest. I would have forced HK to use a ban pick for Yibbeneth. Ooh, that looks like a target ban there.
Even though Slims was not high up on the damage charts, his stun is absolutely devastating. I mean,
definitely.
There's nothing you can do about that, but just stand there and stare at your screen and regret everything you did up to that point.
Exactly. I mean, I do that same thing too. I mean, I just see the whole thing like go in, and I'm like, dang, how did I get hit by that spear? Did I really just get hit by that spear? It's like a 20-second stun at the moment.
Well, the worst part is you watch it coming, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can dodge that. And most of
like
the time, if you're paying attention, you do. But when it hits you, it's just so frustrating. I don't even know what else to say. It is so frustrating.
Red team's turn to pick.
Zephyrus.
I'm interested in that. I'm not totally sure if I would have gone with first pick jungle, because you kind of want to build your comp, what comp you're gonna choose, what comp you're gonna build first. So like I honestly would have picked Mina first. Mina's a devastating thing, and now that they picked Mina, I would now pick Chognar.
Wait for it.
Let's see if they're smart enough to pick Chog.
Red team's turn
Come
to
on,
pick.
Chognar.
And see, right now what they're doing is they're playing like in a diamond queue, picking what heroes they're gonna be playing instead of picking the heroes that they need for the comp.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I mean, I go off about this all the time, but NA is not given the information, I don't think, on team comps. And that's one of the, there it is.
There it is.
But that's one of the biggest things that NA as a whole needs. And if you, like, we had Chaos Swirl on
To pick.
a couple of weeks ago. He's spent a lot of time and effort focusing on that, which I think is fantastic. And just a plug for Chaos Squirrel, if you guys are looking to just learn more about the game, if you're a beginner, beginner all the way to expert, he puts out tutorials and guides, ideas for comps, and just general gameplay rules that will be hugely beneficial to you. So it's definitely worth checking him out, and all his info is posted in the PVL Discord.
Yeah, that guy's actually he's a really cool dude, because actually he needed some help with the server, and I offered to help him out with it, and now I'm kind of like running the behind the scenes on his server as well. I've learned a lot by watching his videos.
Yeah,
he really
10
knows his
seconds
stuff.
remaining.
he's played a couple of games at a professional level. He hasn't played AOV at that level, but I think he just understands mechanics better than most, and he's able to kind of break it down in a way people can understand. Which, I mean, we all need that. It doesn't matter. I mean, you could be the best player of the game in the world, and if you're not continuously paying attention to your mechanics, your micro and macro, you're gonna lose. You're just gonna
Right.
And also, mad props to Dongus for choosing the good Chognar skin. Because when you're hardcore, you want to be the red elephant.
Oh man.
I do like Wisp though. Wisp Stories is. I think I've seen Stories play Wisp a couple of times, and it's been pretty painful.
Yeah, Stories is a monster of a player, man. That's a guy you don't want to take lightly. I'm really interested in HK's comp. They only have one tank, which is Mina,
5 seconds.
and that's the only thing there and everything, all that type of stuff. So it's like quite of an interesting thing.
That's
There's only one tank.
That's not terribly uncommon in ranked anymore.
No, it's not.
You know, I see a lot of just straight DPS teams, and it just irritates the crap out of me. So I just end up going tank.
Well, both teams are playing more on the defensive route.
match. Last game, they were both sort of being a little maybe over-aggressive. And I think I expected to see Innocuous kind of tone it back, but I think HK is just trying to focus on, I mean, what we were talking about, just basic mechanics. Just pay attention to the map awareness.
Map awareness, rotation, wave control, getting that abyssal control. If you have control of the abyssal lane and the abyssal, you got control of the entire map. You can see the map, and you gotta have it all.
All right, looks like we've got a Chognar jungle on our hands. This is going to be good stuff.
Man, I hope not. I really hope not.
Yeah, what are you training these guys to do?
I'm not, you know what?
You're the worst coach ever.
Oh man, it looks like Innocuous is like really toned back on their aggressiveness.
May not necessarily be a bad thing. I am very much against using the support items on Chognar. That's probably not what I'm supposed to say.
No, I understand your outlook on it and everything, because it's like you gotta sometimes, because Chognar uses a lot of mana.
Yeah, a lot.
Well,
I mean, I'm
there was that.
a huge firm believer that Phoenix Tier is the greatest item in the game.
Oh yeah, especially if you use a lot of mana and all that stuff. It's a good idea.
L'Oreal just doing her thing. I'm really surprised. I thought with the buff or the adjustment to L'Oreal that we'd see a lot more of her. Still don't really see her as much as I had expected. Wisp doing a nice job of just getting some easy damage in. Chognar with a kill. Loving it. Got Zill just... Zill is a problem. L'Oreal still alive.
Wow. I'll tell you what, I need to play more Wisp.
Wisp is good. I mean, I have all the characters, but I jumped on her for a few games the other day, and even the fact that I'm a terrible marksman, still I was able to play her pretty well. And looks like HK is just jumping right on the abyssal. They put enough fear into Innocuous to push him back, and they didn't really get any pushback from from Innocuous on that dragon kill. Get some minions pushed forward on bots. L'Oreal just gonna rotate just to kind of see how everything's going, and it's pretty good timing because the Chognar Talanis basically met her. She's smart though. She's maintaining the rotations for mid. She's making sure she's getting vision on the river, trying to be two places at once, which is what a good mid should do.
Mm-hmm.
You got the same can be said about Preda. He's on the move, just keeping vision. They're getting some damage out there. This is a pretty solid effort from Preda. Chognar in a lot of trouble. He's definitely gonna go down. He lives. Chognar lives. I did not expect that. Zill rolls in.
Here comes the Zill. Zill's gonna go. He's just moseying on over. I'm gonna just float on over here, and I'm gonna slice you all up.
He hasn't done anything yet, but I'm like you. I'm just waiting for it.
Oh yeah.
After that
so their
last
kills
match.
are even right now.
Oh, and
Right
Zill
there.
jumps in, doesn't get the kill. Man, that's got to be frustrating from his standpoint. That looked almost guaranteed.
That was a good flicker by Geo to get back under the tower.
Yeah, and it looks like Top is also getting a little heat, but in the other direction. Looks like Innocuous had a nice little push up top. Got that tower halfway down. The Abyssal is live, and we've got basically a 3 on sort of 3 from the HK side, and that Zill is just in prime position. His positioning is fantastic. Jumps on the dragon, just getting some damage out. Gonna pull it and see if it's worth engaging. Probably not. So they're just gonna let it reset. Mina though, basically just pulling, trying to draw the attention. They didn't pile up, so Wisp wasn't able to get a kill. But Wonder Woman up top is able to get the kill. Now she's gonna push that wave forward and may take that tower. NTG all over the Abyssal. Looked like Zill was going to try to steal it, but he did not get it in time. And the top tower is going to go down.
A red team tower has been destroyed.
So we've got, we're 1-0 on towers. NTG is on top. They're also up 1 kill and basically even on gold. We got a 4-man push in mid, but not really gonna go anywhere. Abyssal's down, and that Mina.
They're gonna catch that Wisp out.
Yeah.
Too far.
But she can move.
She can move. She can move.
Oh, and L'Oreal jumps right in. Mina's there, grabs the Zephyrus. Maybe not the best to grab with his mobility.
Shut down.
And it kind of. So basically, nothing happened. That's what happened there. Nothing. Up top, however,
Blue team tower has been
HK is able to take down the tower, and they've got enough minions that they may. Nah, looks like the minions jumped on the other minions. But everyone on an HK is rotating toward mid. We got 38 seconds on the dragon, 10 on the Dark Slayer, and just a lot of focus on positioning right now, just waiting for someone to make a mistake. Chognar sees it, definitely communicated that to his team, so everyone sort of stayed back just out of range. And the timer is ticking down on this dragon. You can tell that Innocuous really wants, like you were saying, to gain control of the dragon and kind of tip the scales of the gold in their direction. Zill's just not having it though. He's on it, taking it down. We've got Wisp, Zill, L'Oreal, Zuka just kind of hanging in the back. Mina essentially just taking damage just to draw him out. Wisp gets a really solid ult off. But NTG still has the upper hand here.
double kill.
Man. That is the action that NTG wanted. I didn't even see who got the dragon. Honestly, I was watching the...
Innocuous was able to grab that dragon.
Nice. So they get the dragon kill. They're now up on kills, and that almost evens out the gold, which is exactly what they needed. And Zuka. Zuka has been a personal problem for me recently. And I love Chognar in the Abyssal lane with the marksman. Didn't work out just then, really, but in most cases when it's 2v2, having Chognar with this ability to slow, and he does a decent amount of damage, can really make it happen. We got something happening though. And Zephyrus just decided that he didn't want any part of that.
A blue team tower has been destroyed.
Meanwhile, Zuka.
So we now hit the 10-minute mark, and Raged Abyssal is now up. HK is going to be taking that that dragon. So far, it looks like Innocuous is going to have
They're going to push.
something
They're
to say
there.
about it.
They're in. A lot of damage coming out. Dragon's still up. Dragon goes to HK. But man, NTG wanted it bad. And Chognar with the slows really is able to just kind of zone everybody back. But it didn't really slow down that Mina. Mina just waiting, positioning. She ends up backing out.
She's keeping the eye on both of them. They're just keeping a good positioning for HK.
Yeah, and it really put them in prime position. They've got minions rolling in. This mid tower is likely not going to make it. But is able to stay up. So nice bounce back. Top tower in bad shape. Wonder Woman trying to get there as fast as she can. Is able to shut it down. Chognar is just taking a lot of heat. I love it. And Zephyrus laying it down with that pumpkin outfit. Mina lives though. The Mina lives. Impressive. L'Ariel is going down, takes Talanis with her. Prada almost takes the Zuka down. It looks like he healed or something.
Something there. He's got like more than a quarter of his health back again.
Oh, Zuka had the buff. That's what it was.
Oh, I get it. So technically he did kill him.
Yeah. Top still taking heat. Wonder Woman doing her best just to keep that wave cleared, but still trying to participate in the rest of the match. Chognar's on that Zil, but just movement. I cannot play Zil like that.
Tower has been destroyed.
And the minions do take that mid tower. Talanis is starting to really come alive though with gear. I think we're gonna see a turn. This match lasting. Oh God! Zuka just absolutely annihilates her.
Yeah, see, that's the difference. That's the thing about Talanis. Talanis is very, very squishy. So that, and she has no way of escape. The only thing that she has of escape is her ultimate and her flicker. If you take flicker, and you should take flicker, and you basically have to have your positioning. If you don't have good positioning, you're gonna go down and go down very fast.
Yeah, I think she just got swarmed. This Wisp is just tearing it up top. Just waiting on positioning, it looks like, to drop that ult. Zephyrus, yeah. It was a solid ult. Just a little late. Probably a little more CC, and that Wisp could have probably taken him out. But they still have the waves moving in. Bottom is not an issue, but top and mid are really moving in HK's favor. That being said, they jump on the Slayer just to try to get that extra advantage. That Dragon is going to be a huge, huge benefit to them. And we find ourselves sort of in the same position we did in the last match. Innocuous really, really needs to find a way to close this gold gap.
The great dragon has been summoned.
As I become a new legend on the battlefield.
We got minions rolling in. The dragon just throwing the damage out on pretty much anybody he can get his hands on.
A blue team tower has
HK
been
gets
destroyed.
positioned, and it looks like they're about to move in. Gotta try to slow that. Just take that dragon out. That's what they need right now. The dragon's really a problem. He's doing a little more damage than I think they were prepared to deal with. Preda just trying to take out those minions, and we're gonna see a L'Oreal ult soon. We're gonna see a Wisp ult soon. This is not a good position for Innocuous. Mina is right there. L'Oreal's just ready. There's just so much damage potential from HK, and it's pretty bursty.
Let's see, Stories is probably going to start going on that Abyssal. Called for it.
Yeah.
The Innocuous is not even going to be able to get over there because they're just worried about clearing the waves.
And really, in that situation, your best bet is to just let the dragon go and just take the gold and experience you can get from waves. You don't want to extend out. Talanis is able to get this thing started. Innocuous in a really good position right now. If that Zephyrus could take out that Wisp, not able to do so. I feel like the positioning of Innocuous was what made that play out in HK's favor.
Double kill.
Right, yeah, Innocuous had poor positioning at that point in time. That just was not a very good engagement there.
A blue team tower has
Well, and
been
really, when
destroyed.
you're down on gold, you do not want to engage in the jungle. That is, I have a lot of losses on characters I'm really good with because I just refuse to move into the jungle because you know you're gonna get ganked, and that's probably gonna be the end of the game. And that's exactly what happened there. Wow, look at that. Wonder Woman took the most damage.
Ghost was doing some good damage. The panda
Yeah.
was doing some pretty good damage over there.
Looks like he did it all to Wonder Woman. So that is going to be the end for match number 1.